The conversations have started. Romano confirms in Sunday Evening Bombshell that player will join Man United. Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that Manchester United are looking to get the wheels in motion on the transfer front ahead of the January window, despite only having one competition to account for since August, and until the FA Cup gets underway. It's been widely recognized that reinforcements are necessary at Old Trafford. Ineos Chiefs shelled out over £200 million in the summer to bolster Ruben Amorim's squad, granting him an entirely new frontline in the form of Brian Buemo, Benjamin Sesko, and Matheus Cunha, as well as a new shot stopper when Sen Lamens joined on deadline day. All have proven to be influential additions, particularly Cunha and Buemo, who've shown just how valuable it can be to pursue Premier League-proven talents. With that in mind, United did try their luck by holding talks with Carlos Baleba back in August. The Brighton and Hove Albion starlet had been deemed a primary target for Amorim's midfield, and Baleba himself was said to be keen on the move. However, Brighton's £100 million plus valuation deterred United from making a formal offer, and Ineos eventually conceded that not all areas of the squad could be strengthened in one window. Fans have since been anticipating at least one new face to make the switch to M16 in just over a month's time, with the club being linked with countless names each day in the build-up to the window opening. What Romano is hearing about Amorim's talks with iOS speaking on his YouTube channel last night, Romano revealed that the Red Devils boss has begun approaching the board to discuss transfer plans. Ruben Amorim sends clear indications in public and in private for Manchester United in the January transfer window. Because in private, the conversations have started between Amorim and the board, said Romano. In general, Amorim and the board are talking about the January window, the opportunities, the players who want to play more, Kobbie Mainoo and Joshua Zirkzee. For Zirkzee, there are West Ham and Roma in recent weeks. Amorim sends a clear message, also in public, talking about the January window. First of all, he says, the window will be open, there is a possibility we will do something. So, not closing the doors to the opportunities to bring in new players. Also, he says, I don't want players for the short term. Amorim is not in for bringing in a player for just a few months. A player will join Manchester United if they believe the player could be an option for the long term. What great managers do. Man United star says one surprise aspect of Amorim's coaching sets him aside from his counterparts. Sen Lamens has praised his head coach, Ruben Amorim, for shielding his players from outside criticism this season. The Manchester United boss has already had to endure speculation on his future after he sustained 3 Premier League defeats early on and saw his side crash out of the Carabao Cup following a penalty shootout defeat to League 2 outfit Grimsby Town. Sir Jim Ratcliffe, CEO of United co-owners Ineos, sought to squash the murmurings, insisting he'd give Amorim 3 years to try his hand at turning the club's fortunes around. This season marks the first full term of Amorim's tenure, as he took the reins from Erik ten Hag in November last year. For me, for a coach, he gets a lot of pressure. You can feel it from the outside, you can read it, you can hear it, said Sen Lamens. But I think he does his best and he does really good, tries to keep the pressure on him and not on the team. He takes a lot of the pressure from us, and that's also what the great managers do. Sen Lamens has got off to a sensational start at United. The goalkeeper himself enjoyed another superb 90 minutes in just his second outing for United. Lamens retained his place after making his debut against Sunderland prior to the international break, during which he kept a clean sheet, United's first of the campaign, and won the Player of the Match award in a 2-0 victory. Last night, he again earned the highest FOT mob rating of any player on the pitch at Anfield, despite conceding to Cody Gakpo late on in the clash. The Belgian international made 5 saves, with 4 coming from inside his box and 2 high claims, leaving his backline assured that he had everything covered. There was little he could have done to prevent Gakpo's equalizer, as the LFC forward was able to convert a tap-in from close range after breaking free from his man. Alas, it's safe to say Lamens is expected to stay between the sticks for the visit of Brighton and Hove Albion this weekend.